Yo, what's good everyone? Today I'm going to be breaking down some of my favorite DraftKings plays for tonight's 10-game slate in the NHL. Let's dive right into it. And like I always do here in these videos, I'm going to give you a high-level overview of my cheat sheet. But before we do that, just want to remind you and highly recommend joining my free Discord channel. You can see that mentioned above. Over 840 people in there talking multiple different sports for DFS, but primarily NHL and NFL, as well as some of their favorite sports bets too. So if you want to join that, there's a link to do so in the description below, as well as in the pinned comment below. With that being said, let's dive into a couple of line stacks that I like here for tonight, starting with this second line for the New York Rangers, where we have Trocheck centering Panarin and Lafreniere. They tried to break up this line for one game, have Zibanejad center Lafreniere and Panarin. Really didn't work out. They put Trocheck back together with them in the third period. Saw that this was the line for practice yesterday as well, and maybe these three haven't played quite as well this year as they did all of last year because they were the best line in hockey all of last season statistically, but I still love the upside that they offer, especially in a matchup like this tonight at home against the San Jose Sharks, a team that takes quite a few penalties, ninth most in the NHL at 3.76 per game. We're going to see Trocheck and Panarin play up on the number one power play. Lafreniere plays down on the second. This Rangers power play is good once again, sixth best in the NHL to start the season, hitting at a 26% rate. And then as far as cheaper line stacks go, I like this second line here for the Buffalo Sabres. Sabres are starting to figure out their game a little bit, and I do like this matchup at home here tonight against the St. Louis Blues, a team that's allowed 4.25 goals per game in their last 4 or over the last 10 days. And these guys are just super affordable right now. You're going to see Cousins and Peterka play up on the number one power play. Quinn plays down on the second. But again, these three log big minutes together 5-on-5, and I like the upside that they offer considering the matchup and the price. Now folks, before we dive into some of these individual plays here, if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate that. Again, you guys have truly been great about that this year, liking, commenting, and subbing to the channel. That really does help me out. But for those of you who have not subbed yet, it's completely free to do, and again, I would really appreciate that. Alright, now diving into some of these individual plays here, when to kick it off with the forwards, and it is a Leon Draisaitl day, and what do I mean by that? Well, he is playing the Nashville Predators, a team that he has notoriously dominated. Just look at his last 15 games here, 23 goals and 16 assists. When I mean domination, that's what Leon Draisaitl does to this Predators team, so I do like him at that price at $8,100. Really, this entire first line right now with Konechny, Couture, and Tippett is playing good hockey for the Flyers, and I don't mind stacking them up tonight against the Ottawa Senators, but I like Tippett especially here at this price of $6,300 because he's been firing the puck as of late. The goals haven't really been following as much, but this guy has a nasty shot, and it's not a matter of if, it's just when he starts scoring these goals. And then I got Jared McCann there of the Seattle Kraken, who's had a really nice start to the season, 8 goals, 11 assists, 19 points through 16 games, averaging 13.2 DraftKings points per game, probably being priced down a little bit considering how well he's played because he's on the Seattle Kraken, but I like the matchup at home here tonight for the Kraken against the Chicago Blackhawks, and McCann again is just playing some really good hockey. And then Brad Marchand and Jonathan Marchessault, both these guys are playing solid hockey as well. Marchand more so right now, playing some good hockey for the Bruins, shooting the puck quite a bit. Tougher matchup on the road against the Dallas Stars, but I thought he was just a little too cheap here at $5,300, more of a cash game play. And then same thing here with Jonathan Marchessault. I know the Nashville Predators have not met expectations so far this year, especially offensively, but Marchessault here at $4,600 is a guy who usually floats in the upper 5K range, low 6K range, so we're getting him at a massive discount right now, and a solid matchup here against the Oilers penalty kill that has been brutal this year, worse than the NHL, and Marchessault does play on the number one power play for the Predators. Now, I do want to give one little sneaky shout out here to my YouTube golf channel as well that I run with my buddies. If you guys haven't subscribed to this yet, and you could, again, I would really appreciate that. We're only at 598 subs there, as you can see, but we got a lot of content out there, and our editor does such a great job that these videos need to get more views. So again, if you want to go check this out, there's a link to do so in the description below, and if you could sub to the channel, I would really appreciate that. Now, moving on to the defensemen here, you can see I highlighted 2 higher-priced guys and then 3 low-priced value plays. We'll start at the top here with Quinn Hughes of the Vancouver Canucks, who's been playing great hockey once again this year, no surprise there, but really a power play specialist, and that's kind of what I'm targeting here with the Vancouver Canucks. I could have highlighted either one of that first or second line for them when I was going through the line stacks. Super affordable, sitting in a good matchup here tonight against the New York Islanders, but the reason that I like the power play for the Vancouver Canucks is because they're starting to get hot here as of late, and this Islanders team really struggles on the penalty kill, second worst in the NHL, just behind the Edmonton Oilers, hitting at a 65% rate. And then I like stacking up Rasmus Dahlin here, the Buffalo Sabres, on that number 1 power play too, or you could play him as a one-off if you wanted to, starting to find his game a little bit, and such a well-rounded defenseman who can rack up DraftKings points in a number of ways. He can get on the score sheet, he's not afraid to shoot the puck, and he's not afraid to block shots either. But again, a good spot here tonight at home against the St. Louis Blues. And then Andre here of the Philadelphia Flyers, Thrun of the San Jose Sharks, and Balance guys here of the Florida Panthers. I'm probably not pronouncing that right, but all 3 of these guys are offering solid value, and you're actually going to see Andre play up on the number 1 power play for the Flyers, Balance guys play on the number 1 power play for the Florida Panthers, and Thrun just logs really solid minutes for the San Jose Sharks, and he's not afraid to block shots either. And then I got a couple of goaltenders there for you, and if I'm looking to spend up here tonight, Joey Daccord of the Seattle Kraken stuck out to me. Been really solid for them this year, and this is just a good spot at home against the Chicago Blackhawks. He's 6-3-1 to start the season. That's his record, with a goals allowed average of 2.99 and a save percentage of .916, averaging close to 16 DraftKings points per game. And I know I just talked about the Vancouver Canucks, going through Quinn Hughes, talking about their power play, but Ilya Sorokin here of the New York Islanders is too cheap in my opinion at $7,300. He's likely going to see a lot of shots go his way. The Islanders aren't afraid to give up shots, and he's just such a good goaltender. Even if a lot of shots go his way, he could get you that 35+ save bonus, but his numbers here, 4-3-3 to start the season, that's his record, goals allowed average at 2.66, and a save percentage of .914, averaging 14.5 DraftKings points per game. And as always, going to wrap up this video here with 3 low-priced options or sub-4K forward plays. First guy that I got there is Ryan Donato of the Chicago Blackhawks. Was playing up on the first line with Bedard. I really like that, but he's been bumped down to the third line, but I still like that he's playing on the number 1 power play, and he's just finding the back of the net here as of late. 6 goals, 3 assists, 9 points now in his last 10 games, averaging 3.1 shots on net per game. I like that, and averaging close to 13 DraftKings points per game. And then I got 2 Vancouver Canucks there, and Jake DeBrusk and Pius Suter. Now you're going to see DeBrusk play on the line with Elias Pettersson and Connor Garland. Again, I kind of like stacking them up, but Pius Suter will play up on that first line with JT Miller, so I don't mind him. But I lean towards DeBrusk here because he gets time on the number 1 power play. He's on a 5-game point streak right now where he's racked up 3 goals, 2 assists, and hit double-digit DraftKings points in 4 of his last 5. But Pius Suter, 6 goals here in his last 10, 4 goals in his last 5, hitting 15+ DraftKings points now, and 3 of his last 5. Alright everyone, that is going to wrap up this video here for today. As always, thank y'all for taking the time out of your day to watch the content here on this channel. If you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate that. Let's have ourselves a great day here, folks, and let's win some money on this 10-game NHL slate.